shortly, will you be good enough to explain the difference between the last experiment and the one that you now are going to demonstrate?
Here we have the beginning of a television picture. In this lamp house, we have an ordinary 900-watt incandescent lamp with a reflector and a lens to put the light from this lamp in a brilliant flood on the back of this scanning disc. This disc is driven by a motor down here at the rate of 1,200 revolutions per minute. You see it starting up now. Now we'll stop it again. Now the light from these small holes passes on to the face of the subject being televised and sweeps across them very rapidly, completing a whole painting of the face 20 times a second and remaining on one spot only 1/46,000th of a second. The little beam of light passing through this scanning disc is projected through this lens onto the face of the subject being televised, who stands around here. This is a rear view of the photoelectric tube bank with the cover removed. This is the part that is popularly called the television camera. Here we have 4 electric eyes, or light-sensitive photoelectric tubes, which each pair feeding into a separate amplifier, which feeds through the main amplifier over there in the corner. Through this aperture, the light from the scanning disc passes onto the face of the subject being televised. And from his face, the light is reflected back into the fronts of these photoelectric tubes and is converted into an electrical impulse exactly equivalent to the amount of light received. This is a front view of the photoelectric tube bank, of which you saw the back view a few moments ago. These are the 4 photoelectric tubes, or electric eyes. They're covered by a coarse screen for prevention from mechanical injury and by a fine screen for electrical shielding. Through this aperture, the light comes from the scanning disc and passes over the face of the subject being televised. From the face, it is reflected back into these eyes and converted into an exactly corresponding electrical impulse. Here we have the microphone by which the voice is carried to a separate radio channel to accompany the picture when it is projected. This is the projector which puts the television image on the screen. The broadcast television signal is received on a special radio receiver and wired to this large amplifier here, which is exactly similar to the powerful amplifiers used in public address systems with loudspeakers. However, in this system, instead of feeding the output of the amplifier into a loudspeaker, it is fed into this special light valve here, which opens and closes exactly in proportion to the electrical signal it receives from the photocells in the transmitting equipment. From this large arc lamp here, a constant beam of very brilliant light is passed through this diaphragm and into this water cell to remove the heat from the light. Then the light goes into this light valve, which causes the steady beam to fluctuate exactly in accordance with the signal it receives from the electric eye in the transmitting equipment. After passing through this cell and being caused to vary in its intensity, it follows on further through this optical system to the back of this scanning disc. This disc is somewhat similar to the one in the transmitting equipment in that it has 48 holes and is revolved at exactly 1,200 revolutions a minute by these 2 motors here. However, this disc has large lenses in it in place of the small holes in the other disc, so that it permits a great deal more light to pass through it. Now you'll notice as I turn the disc that you can see the spiral of lenses moving up the face of the disc and then starting over again. Now I'll turn the motors on and you can see it come up to speed. There you have it running at full speed, 1,200 revolutions per minute. Now, from here, the picture goes on out through a projection lens onto the screen and puts a true television image on the screen. For the picture we're going to show you in a few moments, we have succeeded in photographing this image on a motion picture film, and will now show you the first motion picture record of a television image.
This picture was recorded and synchronized with sound in the General Electric Company's House of Magic at Schenectady, New York, and was produced on the apparatus at which you have just been looking. We feel that since most people have heard a great deal about television, they will be interested in seeing some of its capabilities.
Now, I think that is about all the standard entertainment we have here before the television camera for you. I hope I've given you a little better idea of television and have provided a few moments of enjoyment for you. Thank you very much.